My name is Ivan Pena, Dean of Student Services and Counseling at Crafton Hills College. So I want to share a little bit more about our Crafton counseling model. More specifically, I want to share about how we've structured our counseling model and how it differs from your typical community colleges. So at most community colleges, when students attend, the expectation is that students seek out counseling and advising on their own. Which means that students need to be able to go, look for a counselor, schedule a meeting, do an educational plan, figure out what classes to take, or if they may be undecided on a major, is seek out a counselor to be able to figure out what it is that they want to major on and focus on. One of the things that we realized here at Crafton, through really the leadership of our counseling team, was that there was gaps that we noticed. We noticed that there was a huge drop-off on the number of students that were seeing counselors when they were between 15 and 45 units. So students would come and see a counselor in the beginning, but then they will come back and see a counselor at the tail end. What we recognized was that we were missing a huge group of students in that middle portion when they were at 15 units, between 15 and 45 units. And this was a huge opportunity, I think, for us to be able to kind of really rethink how we were doing counseling and how we were structuring our counseling model. So a lot of the work that we did with our counselors and guidance from our counselors was, let's look at new ways to be able to structure our counseling model where we're actually going out to meet the students where they're at. Let's change the narrative where students are expected to come to us, where instead we're switching things around and let's go out to meet with students and meet them, reach out to them to be able to schedule and meet with counselors. A way that we did this is we structured our new counseling model in a way where students were divided based off of their unit counts. So students 0 to 15, 15 to 30, 30 to 45, and 45 to 60. This in turn would allow us to be able to have specific counselors trained in different areas so that they can meet with students and meet the specific needs that students had within their specific unit count.
My role as a completion coach is to act as a bridge or a connection to students in guiding them to resources on campus, whether that's counseling, EOPS, if they need to go to the transfer center. For me, the transfer center is a big part of what I do because I specifically work with the transfer students. So once you get to around the 45 unit or plus, I'm going to work with you to kind of guide you on where you want to go to college, how to apply, what the next steps will be once you've been admitted to college, and getting to your campus that you desire.
As a completion coach, my favorite part of the job is seeing the impact I can have on a day-to-day basis. Even though it might not seem like a lot to people observing, the things we do on a day-to-day basis are huge to the students. And I know that because I once was one. Even though a counselor might be doing their job and kind of doing what they're supposed to do, having them give words of affirmation and tell them that they're confident in you and that they believe in you is huge, and it makes a difference. So the work we do is extremely important, and just knowing that I've made a difference in the life of a Crafton student, it brings me great joy.
My name is Mariana Macame, and I am the Transfer Center Coordinator here at Crafton and also a counselor.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Graber. I'm the Counseling Faculty Chair here at Crafton Hills Community College. Welcome.
This counseling model is really important to myself and my colleagues within the counseling department. We know that traditionally community colleges serve students that are first generation, students that are traditionally not in higher education. We serve a disproportionately impacted group of students, and this new counseling model will allow us to do what we want to do, which is making sure that students are successful, to connect with us, to allow us as counselors to help them reach their goals, whether it be to go straight into a career or whether it is to get an associate and then continue on with transferring. That's what we're here for, and this is really at the heart of who I am, who we are in a counseling department, is to help our students reach their goals and to help them go to wherever they want to go.
Yeah, and one thing nice about this new counseling model, as anybody who works in education, I think you realize your most at-risk student population is the one whose voice you never really hear. And those are the students that might be part-time, that aren't on academic probation, are not part of any special clubs or organizations. And we needed to make sure we were serving those students where they were at too. So too many times do we have students come to us too late when there's a problem, or I've completed 60 units, what's next? Like, oh, you should have been transferring. So this is our way of really strengthening what we saw for our students here at Crafton Hills College after lots of research. So thank you to our research department with administrative support from Ivan and our Dean Pena and our VPSS Delmy Spencer. So we had a lot of admin support, and it was just talking with counselors and seeing what are you hearing from students, and also getting that student voice. And that's why this new counseling model really helps us serve students where they are. It's a new way of doing things with unit load that actually makes sense at a community college, because everything we do is by unit load. When you can apply a transfer, financial aid term dismissal, all that kind of good stuff. So there's a lot of information out there, and we want to make sure students got that information when they needed it.
I like knowing that the completion coaches have also been students here at Crafton, and so they know what the experience is like being a student here and also preparing to transfer and also transferring.
We get to help students, and as someone who is a psychology major, that is where my heart is at. So anytime a student is going through something, and if we don't have the resources for that, I definitely feel like as a completion coach, I am able to use my voice to help that student who may not necessarily want to go talk to somebody else or who doesn't know how to use their voice. So I feel like for someone like me, I want to encourage other people to use their voice, and if they can't, then I'll be here to speak up for them, and same thing with the rest of the completion coaches. So I'm thankful that this program was created, because it definitely has so many different opportunities for each completion coach.
The biggest takeaway from this program for me is just how much it has helped me, and just how much it has allowed me to gain satisfaction in helping others. It really has taught me a lot about who I am as a person and what my passion is for. I have found myself to have a passion for helping students, helping others, and this has been a great opportunity for me to practice that as well as pursue that.
Sometimes you just have to be innovative, and you have to think outside the box. And we have a great team at Crafton who, from the counseling departments to our administration to all of our classified professionals and our faculty really here at Crafton, embrace that, because Crafton is a very caring community, and they saw that opportunity. They heard our voices, they understood what we were talking about, and they knew that at the heart of it all, it was about helping students be successful, and that's why we are here today. But for all those that are wanting to change something, understand that you're not always going to have the solutions, right, to every problem, but you look at as to why you are wanting to do something. What is the reason behind it? Always putting students first, and I think that that will itself speak for itself.
For those that are thinking about going to Crafton Hills College, I would say that it's a community, it's a family. I haven't really had too many negative experiences. I would say specifically in the Crafton Center, everybody's very welcoming. There's no place you can't go that you won't find out what you need. I've been here for 2 years, and I felt really supported. And I've everything that I've needed, whether financially, with my books, or just counseling, I've been able to get that here. It's a really great campus, and it's a really good college to come to.
For me, this is super meaningful because I am a public health major, so I'm all about the community and being there for people and providing resources to communities around me. And I think this is a great way to connect people, especially those who may not have access to the resources or previously didn't. And now we're here to tell them, no, you do, and we'll help you walk you through it and be there for you through each step and making sure that you're hitting your goals. And graduation is such an important milestone in your life. You know, we want to see you happy, we want to see you successful. So I just love seeing people thrive and be successful in their careers and their future.